Texas, larger than the 48 states, one of the leading economies of the world today. We were privileged to serve in the southern part of Brazil and pioneering two new districts, the two southernmost states of Brazil. Our last term was in Florianopolis, the capital city of the state of Santa Catarina. And the Lord helped us begin the work there, and we had some work and witness teams. How we thank the Lord for work and witness. We would not have been able to do much of anything without work and witness because we had no operating budget to work with. And but praise the Lord, today we have some vibrant congregations in this southern part of Brazil because of the work and witness investment. Some of you teams have gone there, and I wanted to give you a little bit of an update there. This is the BARREIROS Church. We had one team. The rest of this work has all been done by the local congregation. It's taken years to do, and we just praise the Lord for that work. And then Pastora Vânia in Itajaí, an Oregon church, came down and started this by purchasing the property, and then she's been there for several years now, and these are her grandkids, and they have rented a new facility, and this is actually one of the largest churches on the district now, growing by leaps and bounds and carrying their own weight financially. It's a beautiful, beautiful congregation that's developed out of the Itajaí. And then Pastor Luis has been instrumental in starting several churches in Brazil under the work that we had begun. And Pastor Luis is living in our home now. He and Celia and Raquel, they live in our home, and they started a church near our home. And one of the converts, a couple of the that was just converted about a year ago and baptized, Jean and his wife Alexis, a delightful couple. They speak English fluently. He lived here in the States for many years, and Alexis is actually an American. She looks Brazilian, I know, but she's actually an American. And guess what? Her uncle lives less than a mile from our upland church where we're pastoring. Her unsaved uncle. And I know the Lord has a plan for this whole family here in the States, and none of her family are believers, and so we're looking forward to see what God has in store for this. But they are gourmet cooks, trained in a university level institution that trained them into the gourmet cook, and so we're anxious to see what God has in store for that. But speaking of Pastor Luis and works he began, some of you will recognize the work in Novo, Hamburgo. That was our couple terms, back in the 90s when we started that district in the southernmost part of Brazil, in Porto Alegre, circled in the bottom part there, and then we started in the outskirts of Porto Alegre a church, Novo Hamburgo, and what a hard work that was. But after years of investing time and effort, and I want to say a special thanks to Bob and Jean Zerlinden, who actually lived there for 6 months with Pastor Luis and Celia, working day and night, hard work, digging in that hard clay, building this building that actually has a foundation for 5 stories high. And now to see this beautiful facility, because of the sacrifice of people like Bob and Jean Zerlinden, the Elkhart First Church of the Nazarene came down with a team, bought this property, got excited about it, even took our pastors back to brought them back to the States to raise more funds for this project. But it was still just a shell because it's a very large building. It was just a shell after we had finished all of our work and witness funds. But now the local congregation has finished this out, and they have a beautiful facility now, and are reaching out into the community in a beautiful way. And holiness unto the Lord is being proclaimed in Novo Hamburgo because you gave, because you invested. And one of the most beautiful parts of this story is that the pastor of this congregation are fruit of this congregation, both the pastor and wife, Edson and Gisele. Edson was a small kid that used to come to our Sunday school classes, and when Pastor Luis began the work there. You see what I'm saying? Your investments just keep bringing back returns. In fact, just like the word says, cast your bread upon the water, and soon it will be coming back on every wave. And your investments of prayer and giving, of sacrificial giving and effort, people like Bob Zerlinden and Bob and Jean Zerlinden, and so many others that have actually gone down to Brazil many times and invested. Every time the wave comes back with more fruit, more fruit. Praise be to God.